December 4, 2022. Marcus Giavanni here. 5 months until April 4, 2022. That's going to be the difference between IoT or dark web. And when you think about all the players like Dottie Lamb, 87-year-old woman that's a treasurer for Lisa Calderon, who came in fourth. So not only did they not like her in the last election, but they now learned she was a shadow candidate. And when you think about Mayor Michael Hancock and his future and what they're going to talk about in the upcoming cities summit of the Americas, and how all those group of people are working harder and not smarter. And right now, we just have to concentrate on the now for now. And when you look at Wikipedia and the manipulation that they do to our elections, we are non-political. And Dottie Lamb was part of that whole group, supposedly, 1963. She's old enough. But, Dottie, this is non-political. And Robert W. Speer told me to tell you, get the fuck out of the sandbox. Go retire. Bye-bye. You're done. Enjoy what you have left in your life. And when you think about, let's just click on it, see what goes on. See, there's no election date. We tried to do that. We have videos, and we're going to link it to the bottom of this video. They want to give money, but yet they ban me from making changes. Look at this. Declared. See, it should be in the order of who declared first. But it's so manipulative because I would have been first, and then it would have been Ken Simpson, and then Jesse, and then Terrence. Anyways. But as you see, the list is just unbelievable. And they have Democrat. See, look, they call me a perennial candidate when I'm the only one that stood for Denver in the Speer Amendment. See, they don't stick for the Speer Amendment because they consider the Speer a traitor, a backstabber. Look at this. Party affiliation, Democrat. They're just, look at this, folks. This election will be officially nonpartisan. Look at it. And so I'm telling you, when I'm mayor, I have so much information on Wikipedia that we're going to file a lawsuit with the city attorney's office. And we're going to get some money. Yep. We're going to get some money, and this money is going to go to citycountyofdenver.com. And then they're going to be able to decide where we're going to spend that money. But when you look at like Paul Fiorino, dance teacher, perennial candidate, Marcus Giavanni, perennial candidate, I sued the city. In 2019, I sued to get rid of the e-sign verification platform, to which they're not going to use. And it's just shameful that we don't give a fuck enough about our true elections and everybody's party affiliation, Democrat, and they're making a mockery of it, especially the fair election. See, look at, give $2. So if they get 5 million people giving $2, hey man, we need some of that money, especially if it's coming from Denver, because they're a corrupt bunch of people, man, when it comes to politics. And we indexed them. We can go in front of a judge right now and show them, and the judge will go, yeah, buddy. So this is what you guys do. See, they've been getting away with it. Now they can't. And they're going to start losing their authority. in the politics. And other things you still be able to do it, but that's why they need new encyclopedias and they're coming. Good people are starting to realize that if if they have content that's better for the betterment of the end user on Google, let's say, then they win over those that are lying bullshit pieces of turd sacks. And how are you going to do a debate with all those people? Going to break them up each night. So that's just crazy. That is a crazy scene right in front of you, folks. It's a mockery of our democracy. They're just slapping in our face. Same with that. Oh, that's what it was. The fair election funds. People getting donations and they haven't even got their names on the ballots yet. You got candidates that were running in two different elections. What their monies are they going to commingle those monies? And some of these people, do they even live in Denver? What the fuck? And you got U.S. senators like Mike Johnston and all these other people coming in, and they don't realize that all their laws that they've passed, think about all their conversations, all their emails. You can't stop this, people. Are you that fucking stupid? Come on, man. Really? My goodness. But you guys are all willing to just blow it all up and say bye-bye. But the biggest, Kelly Brough, she's outdated. Way outdated. Former chain. She was making $474,000 a year. While everybody else was going home broke during COVID, and she's calling people on the phone. Got to pay those dues. Come on. And then the people over there at the Metropolitan State University came up with some type of a new job position, chief strategy officer, and we're going to let Kelly Eyebrow do it. So Kelly leaves a $474,000 job for a $150,000 job. Some people say she gets $474,000 pension, just like the mayor gets $294 when he leaves office. It seems like all, and so Kelly's going to come in and do whoop-de-woo when she was chief of staff of Hickenlooper. They had a $100 million deficit every year. In fact, every mayor since. So people are going to be going to those cities that have tough laws, tough rules, so they can go and relax and have a good time. Things have changed. Things have changed. People are looking for other things. And in Denver, when I look at all those people running for office, like Paul Fiorino, I had him on my radio show, and he's never asked me one time to go to any event or anything. But I tell him, hey, you want to go? Yeah, he's dog all over shit. You know what I mean? He thinks he's a tough guy, too. That's what blows me away, man. But Chris Hansen, Leslie Herod, Mike Johnston, what are we gonna call them? Senator mayors. You see how stupid that sounds, folks? Excuse me, Senator Mayor. Isn't it your laws that have caused us to your criminal justice reform, letting everybody out, no bail, anti-cop, have actually brought our crime rate up? Oh, are you going to believe what you see or believe what I fucking tell you? Now sit down, shut the fuck up, or we're going to cancel you. See, this is the problem, man. That kind of bulliness, that kind of irrelevancy doesn't work on the internet anymore. You're allowed to be able to fucking cuss, do what you got to do, say what you have to say, but you know what? When you get it all in focus and you see who the players are, every one of them, they've all put themselves in a situation where they're not going to be able to get out because I've indexed them. And so now Lisa Calderon and Ian Tafoya and all their little bullshit groups are all gonna hang them fuck themselves because their voices are now indexed to each other. Because that's what artificial intelligence does. And because your IT people don't know, doesn't mean it ain't true. And when you see what I'm showing you and you look at why you see handles, I've been developing handles and verifying handles for my metaverse for quite some time. And people don't understand. You control your own metaverse. When you contact people and you try to reach out, say, hey man, what's going on? I have a digital dome of protection. And we don't mess with nobody. We don't go hack. We don't do none of that. We're simpletons, actually. You know what I mean? Simpletons. I don't even have a high school diploma, so go ahead and make fucking fun of me. But I've done more in my life. You can put every single one of those people together, and I guarantee you, I've done more metatag lives in my life than any of them. Did any of them open any nightclubs 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7, 8 times? Did any of them live in the top 5 cities in the nation for a time? Any of them sing in a band or currently still sing, acts, dances? What about any of them sue the United States government? Any of them write a book about racial profiling, true racial and criminal profiling? None of them. Not even Lisa Calderon. None of them. And so what's happened is, what we do is, everything that these people who get in and they declare as mayor, they get in line, they get in back of the line. And the people that have been doing it the longest, I've never wavered. I've never wavered. But the media has a way of writing things. But see, I don't need the media. We're contacting our people in different ways. And so while they all try to bullshit and try to figure out what they're going to do, and it's already been done. And it's going to affect a lot of people's pocketbooks, especially the ones at CBS, NBC, ABC. And we got the keys to turn it off, but see, it's got to happen first. And it's going to happen by their voices. Because their voices are going to trigger content of people that have been writing for quite some time over the years, different countries. We're starting to learn about, hey man, this guy Giovanni's fucking right. And when you got judges who are starting to realize where we are with the law and the way everything works and how social credit system scores and rankings.com, China, they've already launched their social credit system scores and rankings. We're already being ranked through TikTok. And I've never seen such a mess. And the United States is the one that's going to fall the hardest, man. And then you're going to feel it. But what are we going to feel? The sports will go on. All the shit that goes on, the movies, all the shit will still go on. Another generation will die off watching the world get worse and then get better. Because nobody really wants to work as a team. They want to just shit on each other and fuck each other and fuck over each other and talk shit about each other and report shit on people that ain't true and just fuck you. I'm an old man now. I don't give a fuck. But I tell you what, I've talked to every one of these people on this list one way or another. And when I go up to people and talk, they don't even know me. So I can walk up there and tell them I'm Frankenstein. And they fucking wouldn't even know. And that's good for me. Bad for them. And any of the people that do any of the, like, we have wizardknowsalltellsall.com and googlecrystalball.com, disinformationczar.us. See, these are like, when this thing's over and it's all done, these people are all getting judged. Ian Tafoya, all of them. and their fights and their conversations and everything that they do. When you line up all these people and you realize, well, who's the one that's going to really take Denver to the metaverse? Who's been doing the same shit for 12 fucking years, man? And watching everybody else hog tie everybody else, steal from you. Murder rates top rated, keeping us all down in the streets. 200 bullets on Market Street a couple years ago. But we've had things that saved us. We have things that saved us. But as it get worse everywhere else, you know, well, here we are. We're gonna go. I remember New Year's, and everybody was, oh, we're gonna start over. Nothing's fucking changed. In fact, it's gotten worse. These last few years, I don't think people realize how fast things are deteriorating around them because they're all on their TikToks and they're brainwashed, and we don't care. The people are just zoned it out because they don't care. But the next regime that comes in, they care, and they're gonna just, whoa. But they're gonna sit back and just watch Americans just keep airing our dirty fucking laundry to the world and spin around and around and around, and everything's getting worse in our streets. The water's rising, and it's up to our necks because all these times people, oh, don't believe that water, it'll subside. Oh yeah, okay, well, it's still going higher. The water's going higher and higher and higher. And what are these people gonna do? What can any of these people do for Denver? Honest to God. If I was in a court of law, I could prove to a judge none of them people have any idea of what's coming in the digital world. Not one fucking one of them. Neither do none of their IT people, or they would be doing what I'm doing. Day after day after day, catching the attention of artificial intelligence that has machine learning capabilities. And I'm the only one out of this crew that knows how to communicate with artificial intelligence in a different realm that anybody can even think about. But that's what's going to make all of our colleges badass. Because not only will I be mayor, I can educate everybody. Because we're going to need everybody being super administrators to work in this government. We're not going to have no more poor. We're not going to keep doing that bullshit. It don't work. We're going to clean up the fucking streets. And I'm not going to tell you how because I don't want any of these snake bones here in this group. And there's a couple. I like Jesse. He's the only one that's got any balls, man. I like Jesse a lot, actually. I love him, man. He's a badass young man. He's just badass. That's all I can say. Terrence Roberts, another badass. And he's a badass that, you know, ex-banger. Believe me, folks. Once a banger, always a banger. They just don't do banging stuff. But you're talking about a guy that, like, if you lied to this guy or what, that's why bangers are bangers, because they don't fucking lie to each other. And then when they get a liar, they just fuck him up. So, that's a whole different level of conversation. But, you know, he knows. He's not a snitch. He's just trying to reform it. He's trying to make it so that those kids understand that when they kill each other, that their mom and dad's hearts are fucking ripping. You hear me, bangers? And you might, I don't know, but your mamas, man, the ones you all love, and you kill somebody, you kill the mom too, man. And that's why I never bang. That's why I ain't killing nobody, man. I ain't doing it. Because I've seen mothers, man, who lose their kids, and it's the most saddest thing I've ever seen. And I just sit there and I look at the dude and fuck, why couldn't you just fist fight? Get a tooth knocked out. You know what I mean? You have to kill somebody to fucking what? But that's when you're at that level of death. When you're able to kill, you have no. Woo. So I'm just telling everybody that right now that the individuals that are on this list have committed social suicide. And what I mean by that, especially the quitter, there was one of them that quit. She quit. She withdrew. Anna Burrell, sustainability consultant. She's a quitter. Quitter. Endorses Calderon. Like, she really fucking means something. You see how these games are playing? And it's amazing because the media's got to figure out which one they like the most so they can get the most money. Because who do you think gets all the money? The media. So why we let them all play that fucking game? We're all reading little things. And the 18 and the 28-year-olds, if they're still around because we've got new people now, I'm telling you, I'm 63 years old, and the majority of the adults in my grown-up life were mostly fucking bullshit, lying, garbage, piece of shit motherfuckers. There's the truth. Save yourself from what is about to happen so that you're not 60 years old sitting up late at night making videos that people make fun of, and all the people of the elite that think they know everything have now been indexed, and their voices are now the latent prints that I use against them. I spent 14, and I want you all to listen. I spent 12 years of my life doing this because of a few women that I met that were old and they died. And they wanted their city beautiful back. They wanted to make it so that everybody matters. They wanted a mayor that could stand up to Hancock. And I did in front of these people. They saw it. I'm a fighter. I'll get the sidewalks fixed. We will start fixing the sewage pipes. We will fix all the potholes. There's ways now with computer technology and artificial intelligence. I can do some amazing things. So if I can do it, I know the people we have in Denver right now that are amazing that people don't even know about. They're the voices of the unheard. And they're way more powerful than any of them fucks over there at the Denver Startup Week or any other organizations. Denver's wrapped. Do you understand? You know what that means? They're wrapped. And I did it. Because I always said, one day I'm going to get to a point where I don't give a fuck. And I'm going to be able to outright everybody. Like I do now. And I haven't even, it's what I haven't written. Didn't the people, it's what's in the clouds that these people have no clue what's coming. And the good news is nobody gets hurt. Everybody walks away. Some people, most of them won't ever be on the internet again. They'll have their little circles and everything, but as far as it's gonna be a really big change for some of these people, because they're the peoples that, like Ian Tafoya, he sits on the ballot to make sure that the ballot machines are counting right. He's the only one that got a PDF for our municipal candidate affidavits. I handed in mine first. I haven't even gotten it. I wrote him a letter, told him I was going to sue him because just see what they do. And they have no professional standards of documentation. Everything's changed. Everything is to suit. It's corrupt. And I'm telling those people at Denver elections, when I'm elected, you're all going to get fired, man. Every single fucking one of you. And the good news is by the time you all see this, I am going to get the feds involved in this. And we have other people that are way up there starting to tell their people that, this Giavanni cat, he's right. He is right. He is an intelligent dude, and we need to listen to him. He's got the keys to a new fucking platform that's gonna keep residual money coming into your pockets, folks. We can't do that as a city. Mayor Hancock, that's why they keep trying to write this shit and do all this shit so they can be on top of everything, and yet nothing gets fucking done. So now we're gonna flip it. We're switching to denver.gov. We're going to abolish the denvergov.org website. It's full of fucking. Oh. We're going to keep the website, but we're just going to change some things. But we're going to go to denvergov.org. And there's a lot of people within the organization of the city's employees. They do a great job. Like the 911 operators, the woman that runs that. I'm gonna go meet her because I think she runs the best. Those people, the 311 operators, are so awesome. You know, if you're really nice to them, just like be normal, but how you'd want to be treated, they're able to do a lot of things for you. They really do try to represent you. You know, they'll get you whatever question you have, whatever, they'll find it for you. They'll call you back. They're animals over there, but they're good animals. You know what I mean? When I mean animals, they fucking get it done. They just get it done. And nothing like Denver Health and Human Services, unorganized people, employees ordering food coming in and talking on their phones and texting and treating people like shit standing in line because their lives are all fucked up. And that's all going to change too, folks, because we're going to automate it. I've got systems that I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the employees. You'll see. I'm gonna.